we've been talking about neonatal care and neonates, and doctor was talking about when you take the baby home, about feeding and how to be careful. Doctor, this is a question that I have, which most parents, it doesn't have to be a neonate, you know, even full-term babies, soon after birth, they turn yellow and they get jaundice. Now, what kind of a jaundice is this, and what do we need to do in case you just feel that your baby is yellow?
Jaundice, you know, basically it's the yellow color. You know, we can divide that into two categories. One is called physiological jaundice, where each and every baby becomes yellowish around the second day. After the second day. So that is mainly because now when the baby is inside the womb, it takes.
So that's normal.
That's normal. That's why it's called physiological. You know, baby. You know how they become jaundice is. You know, inside the womb, mother's oxygen is being taken into the baby through these red cells. So once the baby is born, when the lungs are working, there's no need to have this red cell mass. So these cells get destroyed and end product is yellow color, bilirubin.
Okay.
So usually this happens around the third day, and it settles around the 7th to 10th day. This can get, you know, slightly exaggerated if the baby is not being fed
And then the baby
properly.
has to be brought back to hospital.
Yes, if there is any doubt like whether this baby is yellow, then the best thing is to see the doctor, right? So we check the blood, and then we can find out whether it needs any treatment or not.
So what do you do? A blood transfusion takes place?
Now all these mothers in Sri Lanka, all the mothers are being screened during their antenatal period for their blood group. Research, you know, we check. And if we detect a mother who is rhesus negative and with antibodies, then the doctors are there to, you know, do the needful when the baby is born. There are some other blood problems like we call it ABO mismatch. If a mother is O and the baby is either A or B blood group, then again there can be a mismatch, and these babies also can become yellowish. So all these babies need, you know, investigations, and depending on the level, they are given either phototherapy, that is light treatment, or sometimes we have to remove baby's blood and infuse blood that is compatible with mother's blood group.
Doctor, talking about cerebral palsy or talking about autistic babies, are these results of premature or preterm birth?
Cerebral palsy could be related, but autism, you know,
has no connection at all. Okay.
People still don't know.
But what are the complications that one might have to face in case if you're not careful and if good care is not given and they are not been basically.
If it is a very preterm baby, close to say 26, 28, like, and if they had bleeding into their brain, or if they had major difficulties in breathing, then they can. So breathing is always related to the oxygen level in the brain. So when oxygen is low in the baby's newborn's brain,
then there can be damage.
Yeah, it damages the brain permanently. That could end up with cerebral palsy.
So if you have, I mean, apneic attacks or apnea, whatever you call it, that is caused because of what? Is it because the baby is preterm? Or?
Yeah, there's an entity called apnea of prematurity. So these babies, you know, when they are born premature, all their centers are premature. So our respiration is being controlled by the respiratory center. So when they are born prematurely, the respiratory center is premature. So it cannot, you know, the signal for regular breathing is not there. So
the slightest thing, even like touching with the cold hand, if you touch the baby, even that can trigger off
apneic episode. Yes. On the other hand, if a baby is apneic, we tell the mother to touch the baby. That makes them breathe again.
Okay, so it can work both ways.
Yes.
Anything that mothers need to know if you got a preterm baby? With regards to feeding? Or
yeah, just because they are being discharged home, the problems will not end there.
Okay.
Right. So if it is a term baby, we don't expect much problems. But in a preterm baby, until they are about at least 6 months. You know.
Are there delays in their growth as well, or do they catch up like?
Usually they do catch up, but
how do, like, say for an example, crawling, walking, teething?
Yeah.
How do you monitor that?
Yes. Now, say if the baby is born at 28 weeks, I told you that they have a separate age. So another baby, you know, at 3 months, a full term baby, at 3 months would be able to raise the head.
Okay.
But these babies, you know, they
would take 6 months.
Yeah, 3 months from the day they were term.
Okay, lovely. Okay.
28 weeks, only at 40 weeks, we call it term. But by that time, baby is 3 months old.
So you have to leave that margin. Okay.
Yes.
Right. Doctor, just very quickly before we wrap up, about your perinatal society.
Perinatal society in Sri Lanka was founded in 2001. So we, you know, it was founded with the objective of improving the perinatal care in Sri Lanka. So in our society we have obstetricians, pediatricians and neonatologists, and also community physicians. So through this society we have done quite a lot for the, you know, neonatal care in Sri Lanka. Now I told you earlier that surfactant, you know, the preterm babies lack surfactant, and that is why they have to be given artificial ventilation. So it was through our society that we got down surfactant for Sri Lanka, and also this resuscitating or giving the essential care when a baby is having problems. You know, we call it neonatal you know, resuscitation programs. You know, we are conducting those regularly. And again,
so basically the perinatal society is taking care of
most of the things related to neonatology in Sri Lanka. And again, now I told you earlier that we lack this neonatal retrieval system. So through our,
are you planning to get them upgraded and get or other new facilities?
Yeah, that's right. You know, up to now, what we do is whenever a baby is born in the periphery, when they have problems, they contact the center, and then they just put the baby into an ambulance and send to the
so now you'll have the facility.
Yeah, now we are going to start a pilot project involved in the Colombo district. So some UK experts are coming, and they are going to train our people.
Okay, so that's good news. And today, talking about neonates, we had the head of the neonatal unit of the Lady Ridgeway Hospital, pediatrician Dr. Ramya De Silva. Thank you very much, Doctor, for being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you for educating the public on neonatal care.